Hello, everybody. Good morning, evening, afternoon, and midnight. Welcome to my channel. For those of you just joining us, we do focus on yoga, especially vinyasa, sometimes a little bit of power yoga. And so for today, we are going to focus on the shoulders, especially some shoulder openers, and we're going to put some extra focus on practicing in a very tight space. So we're going to go ahead and get started by taking a nice, comfortable, seated, cross-legged position towards the center of the mat. Shoulders down, chest is open, palms down. Soften your eyes. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up. Start to look up slightly, and exhale, lower your arms down. Again, inhale, reach up, and exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower your arms down. And we're going to go right into our tabletop position. Wrists are directly below the shoulders, knees directly below the hips. Inhale into cow, gentle back bend. Exhale, round through into cat, tucking in the tailbone. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through to cat. And again, inhale and exhale. Take your hips to your heels and clasp your hands behind your back into child's rest. Anytime our flow today starts to become a little bit too strenuous, you may certainly feel free to come back here to child's rest. And we're going to stay for about 5 breaths. And keep in mind that 1 breath is 1 inhalation and 1 exhalation. I want you to feel like your lower back is expanding upon every inhalation. Inhale, begin to sit all the way up, back onto your heels, shoulders stacked onto your hips. And exhale, once again, fold forward. And we're going to remain this time for 3 breaths. Inhale, sit all the way up. And exhale, fold for 2 breaths. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to tabletop position. And as you exhale, begin to take your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Your right knee should be lined up with the right shoulder. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Go ahead and start to look down towards that base knee. Make sure that your hip is stacked directly over the knee. Inhale. Fingers spread nice and wide. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. A couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to tabletop position. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through. Inhale. Exhale. And take your hips to your heels. Returning to child's rest. Clasping your hands behind your back, shoulders rounded down for 5 breaths. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, fold forward for 3 breaths. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, fold for 2 breaths. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tabletop position. And exhale, take the left foot to the outside of your left hand, left knee lined up with the left shoulder. And we're going to stay here for about 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale, tabletop position. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through to cat. A couple more times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Take your hips back to your heels, hands clasped behind your back, returning to your child's rest. Inhale, exhale, fold for 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale. Exhale, take the right foot to the outside of your right hand, and inhale, reach your right arm up, turn to the right. See if you can look up to your right hand. Gonna stay here for 5 breaths, really opening into your chest. Release your neck. Inhale, exhale, release the right arm down. Inhale, back to tabletop position. And exhale, sit back into child's rest once again for 5 breaths. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, fold for 3 breaths. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, fold for 2 breaths. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back to tabletop position. And exhale into cow. Inhale into cat. Exhale into cow. Inhale into cat. Protecting the back. Inhale and exhale back to child's rest. We're going to stay here for just a couple of breaths. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, take your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Inhale, reach the left arm up for 5 breaths. Again, really think about opening into your chest. Release your neck. Inhale, exhale, release the left arm down. Inhale, back to tabletop position. And exhale, sit back, returning to child's rest for a couple of breaths. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, fold. Arms reach forward. Inhale, tabletop position. And this time, as you exhale, you're going to take your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Inhale, curl the toes of your left foot under. And as you exhale, turn to your left into wide stance forward fold. Make sure to adjust yourself ever so slightly so that your feet are lined up. Make sure to bring the toes forward. And we're going to stay halfway up so that the spine is fairly lined up with those hips. Gazes into the mat. Inhale nice and deep. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And on that third breath, inhale, reach your left arm up. Turn to your left, looking up to the left hand. And exhale, release. Left arm down, switching sides. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, release the right arm down. Inhale, exhale. Now you're going to turn over to your right, dropping your other knee into the mat. So you're switching sides. This time your other foot is to the outside. Breathing deeply. Inhale, return to tabletop position. And exhale, sit back, child's rest. Hands bound behind your back. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, forward, arms coming forward. Inhale, tabletop position. Exhale, take your other foot to the outside. Take your left foot to the outside. Inhale, curl the toes under. Exhale, bring that right knee up and turn, coming back to your wide stance. Forward fold. So you're halfway up. We're going to stay here for about 5 breaths. Really think about elongating into your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing deeply. Inhale, reach your left arm up, looking up. Exhale, release. Inhale, other side. Exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, turn to your left. Drop the left knee down. So we're turning back to that start position, right foot outside of the right hand. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's rest once again. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tabletop position. Exhale, into cow. Inhale, into cat. Exhale, cow. Inhale, cat. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, right foot comes to the outside of the right hand. Inhale, once again, reach the right arm up. Turn to your right. We're going to stay here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Now this time, take your right hand to your low back. If you need a little bit more of a challenge, see if you can start to take your right hand to your scapula. Inhale. Exhale, turn to face your left hand, allowing that right elbow to round downward. You should feel a very gentle opening into your right shoulder. Do not force it. Gonna stay here for just a couple more breaths. Inhale, turn to your right, reach that right arm up, and exhale, lower the right arm down. Inhale, curl your toes under. Exhale, turn back to your wide stance, turning over to your left. Nice and elongated spine. Breathe deeply. Now remember, if you have any pains in your body, I want you to adjust. So for instance, if your hamstrings are actually really hurting here, you can certainly bend your knees instead. If you need a little more of a stretch, drop your elbows down a little bit more. Again, really listen to your body and have patience with yourselves. That's very, very important. Inhale, reach your right arm up. See if you can look up. Exhale, lower the right arm down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lower the left arm down. Inhale, exhale, drop the right knee. Turn over to your right. Inhale, exhale, come back to tabletop and sit back into your child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, reach up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, back to tabletop position, and exhale, take your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Start to bend a little bit more deeply into that left knee. Take the hips slightly forward. You should feel a little bit more of a stretch into the back of your ankle, into your Achilles. You should feel a little bit more of a stretch into the hips. Inhale. Exhale, come back to tabletop position. Inhale into your cow. And exhale into your cat. So we're doing the reverse with our breathing now. Inhale into your cow. Exhale into your cat. One last time. Inhale. Exhale once again. Left foot to the outside of the left hand. Inhale, turn out to your right. Coming back to your wide stance for 5 breaths. Inhale, reach the left arm up. See if you can look up. Exhale, lower the left arm down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right arm down. Inhale, exhale, turn to your right. Drop the left knee down, coming back to that starting position so that your right foot is to the outside of your right hand. Inhale, back to tabletop position, and exhale into cow. Inhale into cat. Exhale into cow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, sit back into your child's rest. Again for 5 breaths. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, reach up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, take the left foot to the outside of the left hand, and inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, see if you can take the back of your left hand to your scapula or to your low back, and turn to face your right hand, allowing that shoulder to round down. Nice deep stretch into the shoulder. Breathe. Inhale, turn, reach up, and exhale, release down. This time, inhale, curl the toes under, lift the right knee up. You're going to turn to the right into your wide stance, coming halfway up. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, left arm down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, turn to your right this time. Again, right foot to the outside of the right hand. Inhale, exhale, see if you can shift a little bit further forward. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, return. Exhale, tabletop position. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. exhale, come back to child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, reach up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, tabletop position. And we're going to go into a bit of a modified downward facing dog for today. Inhale, curl your toes under. Exhale, lift the knees. And you're going to push the hips back so that you're in a bent-legged downward dog. Keep in mind that we're working with very limited space for our flow today. So I want you to really think about pushing back. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, bending deeply into the knees. Inhale, and exhale back to tabletop position. Uncurl the toes. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Curl the toes under. Exhale. Bent-legged downward dog once again for 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Back to tabletop position. Release your toes. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Sit back into child's rest once again with your hands clasped behind your back. So we're releasing the shoulders today, and our purpose to release the shoulders is a specific asana. We're going to go into rabbit for today. So again, really listen to your body. If anything starts to hurt, come back to child's rest. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Release your hands, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale and round through to cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, curl your toes under. Push back into bent-legged downward dog. Breathe. A couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, come back to tabletop and sit back into child's rest with your hands clasped behind your back. Now, from here, inhale, lift the hips halfway up. Curl your toes under 1 foot at a time. Inhale. And exhale, push the hips back to your heels. Stay here for a few breaths. Now I want you to try to keep the toes spread nice and wide. Inhale, exhale, interlace your fingers. Now we have 2 options. Either bind the heels, or you can interlace the fingers, whichever feels most appropriate for you. Now keep in mind, interlacing the fingers means that we're going to get an even deeper stretch into those shoulders. Inhale, exhale, lift the hips, rolling on to the crown of your head, and either binding the heels here, or inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, take the arms slightly forward, again, without forcing it. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, sit back. Release your toes 1 foot at a time, coming back into your child's rest. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, reach up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, tabletop position. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, curl the toes under. Knees and hips come back up to bent-legged downward dog for about 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, tabletop position. Inhale and exhale, sit back on your heels. Now, from here, we're going to lift up slightly, cross the ankles, and roll back to a nice, comfortable, simple seated cross-legged position. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, lower your arms down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. This time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower the arms down and bring the arms back slightly. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, go ahead and lower those arms down and wiggle the shoulders a little bit. That might have been quite a very deep stretch for your shoulder girdle. Inhale. Exhale, begin to gather your knees towards your chest. And from here, you're going to take both knees over to the right. I want you to stack the left knee on top of the right knee. Bind your left foot with your left hand and inhale, reach your right arm up. If it does not bother your neck, see if you can look up towards the right hand. Breathe deeply. So we're breathing all the way into that side waist from the shoulder all the way down. Inhale, exhale, release. And switching sides, inhale, take your knees to center. And exhale, take your knees over to the left. Bind your right foot with your right hand. And inhale, reach the left arm up. Again, see if you can look up to your top hand into mermaid. Breathing deeply. Really reaching into that side waist. Inhale, exhale, carve through to release. Inhale, draw your knees to your chest. And exhale, slide to the center of your mat and release all the way down, one vertebrae at a time. Now, depending on the kind of space that you're working with, you might need to keep your knees to your chest. That's perfectly fine. You're still going to get that, the decompressive effect to release the back and the hips. Or you could keep your toes into the mat. Or you can draw your feet further out towards the outside of your hips. Or if you have a little bit more space, we're going to come into a simple supine position. Just the main focus is simply keeping the low back into the mat. Arms down by your side. Breathe deeply. Eyes are soft. And we're going to gently rock from side to side. And hold to center. Now from here, inhale, reach your right arm up. And exhale, open the right arm out to the right. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, lower the right arm down. And again, depending on the space that you're working with, you might have to instead come to more of a cactus arm. When you're reaching the arm out to the side, that's perfectly fine. Inhale, other side. Exhale, you're going to open the other arm out, and notice how I'm working with very limited space. Again, if you need to maintain cactus arms, you can here. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower the arm down. Switching sides. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, open out. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, open out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, open out. So this is what I like to call oiling the squeaky wheel. So we have different joints throughout the body, and it's really, really important to maintain movement throughout the joints of the body. We have rotary joints, we have hinge joints. So with the shoulders, what we're doing right now is we're getting some synovial fluid flowing into the shoulder, right? So synovial fluid is it's a nourishing fluid for the body, and it is in what's called the bursa sac. And so anytime we're moving the joints, we're releasing that fluid into the joint. In other words, oiling the squeaky wheel. So we're taking some stiffness and some pain from the joints. I myself, of course, know quite a bit about that, especially lately with my knee. I don't know if you guys have been following, but I have been having to take a few breaks due to some knee swelling. So it's so important to move. Movement is good. Whatever part of your body that you can possibly get moving is a good thing. Just always, and I've stressed this before, always make sure that you're letting your body rest. Rest is super important. It's good for your immune system, and it'll actually do the exact opposite of overtraining your body and not resting enough. You'll actually see more gains and better results by giving yourself enough time to rest. Everybody's different. Some of us may need to take a little bit more time to rest our bodies, and that's fine. And some may be able to bounce back from a workout very, very quickly, and that's fine. Generally speaking, though, a good rule of thumb for resting after a workout is about 15 to 37 hours between workouts. If you can maintain that and still get a full night's sleep, drink enough water, you will be helping your body. Again, everybody's different. Some people can just exercise to their heart's content, and that's fine. But as I always say, listen to your body. Now we're going to go ahead and stay here in that supine position, or with the knees to the chest or the feet out, depending on your space. Arms by your side. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Eyes are soft. Low back is into the mat, maintaining a nice neutral spine. And from here, inhale. Exhale, take your right knee out to the right. Inhale. Exhale, left knee out to the left. Inhale. Exhale, right knee up. Inhale. Exhale, left knee up. And again, right knee out to the right. Left knee out to the left. Follow your breathing. Inhale, opening out the knees, and exhaling to bring the knees back to your center line. So if you would like to slow these down a little bit more, you can. You may or may not notice that by speeding these up a little bit more, you're getting simply just more movement into the joints. When you slow this down, you might notice a little bit of work into the inner thighs or hip adductors. And that's fine. If you want to focus more on the strengthening aspect of the inner thighs, you can. Otherwise, if you would rather focus on oiling the squeaky wheel, getting those hip joints moving, you could do that here as well. This is your workout. And go ahead and hold in that supine position, focusing on the knees. Inhale. Exhale, lift the right knee up so that your right foot is over the mat if it's not there already. And inhale, lengthen the right leg up, flex the foot. And exhale, bend the right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale. That knee being a hinge joint, so we're getting some fluid flowing into that knee. If you're having sharp pains, if you're noticing popping and grinding, I want you to rest that knee. Do not force through it. Go ahead and drop that right leg down, switching sides. Inhale, exhale, lift the left knee up. Inhale, lengthen the left leg up, keeping the foot flexed, toes spread nice and wide. Inhale, hinge, exhale, extend. So again, we're moving through that knee joint. All right, go ahead and extend the leg, bend the leg, and release that left leg down. This time, inhale, exhale, pick both knees up so that your feet are hovering over the mat, toes spread wide, feet flexed. Inhale, exhale, extend the legs up. Inhale, bend the legs down. Exhale, extend. Inhale, exhale. Inhale one more time. And go ahead and release. And once again, go ahead and rock from side to side. And hold to center. We're going to start to make our way into our rest period. And I'm not going to call it Shavasana today because for the obvious reason, we're working with less space. So instead, we are going to come into our reclined cobbler's pose, taking the right knee out to the right and left knee out to the left, feet together. And go ahead and take your hands just underneath the hips, palms down, chest open. Begin to really soften your brow, soften your eyes, release your jaw, and allow your eyes to drift closed. Deep breaths. Start to let go of any residual tension that you may be holding on to throughout your body from your fingertips, traveling all the way down to your toes. Let go of and silence all of your strenuous thoughts. And I want you to feel as though your mind is drifting towards the sky and your body is sinking deep within the earth. Let go and focus only on your breathing. If you would like to stay here, you may feel free to do so. Otherwise, as soon as you feel ready to come back into your surroundings, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And lift up your right knee, followed by your left. Take your right arm by your right ear, roll over onto your right side. Begin to allow your eyes to drift open and use the strength of your arms to come all the way up to simple seated cross-legged position. And if you would like to come to half lotus today, you may feel free to do so. Or if you want to come all the way into lotus, you can certainly feel free to do so as well. Again, listen to your body. Palms are down for today, shoulders down, eyes soft. Breathe deeply. So, it being Monday, I want you to come back to this feeling, come back to this space where your mind is free, your body is released. Anytime you start to feel stressed, I want you to just come back here. Come back to your desserts. What is stressed backwards after all? Desserts. So I want you to have dessert. Have dessert often. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, release down. Inhale, reach up. Always opposite of stress. Reverse that stress, right? Desserts. Always have desserts. Reverse. Inhale, reach up. Bring your palms together. Exhale, take your hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. And remember to always listen to your body. And of course, if you have any parts of your body that you would really like for us to focus on the most, feel free to drop a comment down below. And of course, like and subscribe, and make sure not to forget to hit that notification button. Make sure don't forget to do that. And peace, everybody. I am off.